I'm nervous about my first blood transfusion, Part 1. I'm nervous about my first blood transfusion. Plastic has been illegal for 50 years. I wake up and I prick one of my fingers to draw blood. I hate doing this. Somehow it always hurts worse than I remember. I catch the crimson drop on my blood plastic monitor, which reads 2. That means my blood is only 2% microplastics, a number I have suffered greatly to achieve. I haven't left my apartment since I was too young to remember. But today will be my first day of freedom. My older brother bursts through the door in his slime suit. It has a scientific name, but everyone just calls them slime suits. The goo that covers them is supposed to catch the microplastics in the air. As he peels the suit off, I see his discolored skin, a symptom of chronic plastic poisoning. My brother is in the early stages. It's the #1 cause of death these days. It killed my parents 10 years ago. What was your reading? 2%. He cracks a smile. I could practically kiss you. Gross. Find out what happens next in Part 2. The reason I haven't been able to leave home in as long as I can remember is my brother's big idea to save us from the same fate as mom and dad. He's been saving my blood purity to sell my first transfusion. You see, rich people get plastic in their blood, just like everyone else. They have managed to make pretty plastic-proof houses, and they can certify the food and water you drink down to less than 0.5% microplastics. But if you go outside anywhere at all, it's going to leach into your blood. And rich people have to go outside all the time. What they do is draw blood to get out the bad blood, and then get a transfusion to put the good blood in. I don't know if it works or not, but they sure believe it works. And they pay top dollar for blood that has minimal plastic, and even more money if it's your first transfusion. More pure, they think. My brother has spent the better part of a year finding a rich fellow willing to purchase my first transfusion. Find out what happens next in Part 3. He'll be stopping by soon, my brother said. Is that what you're gonna wear? I looked down at my ratty t-shirt and shorts. I don't want to get blood on anything. There won't be any blood. Put on the dress I bought you. You need to look good. This guy's gonna pay us so much money. I can quit my job at the filtration factory. We'll be able to move into a certified plastic-free apartment. Now get dressed. An all-white dress to get my blood drawn. Seems short-sighted, but then again, I've never had it drawn. In fact, I'm a bit ashamed to admit, I'm quite afraid of needles. There's a knock on our door, and I know this must be our purchaser. I stand as straight as I can as my brother opens the door. In comes a man dressed in fancy clothes, all covered up. He's trying to hide the splotches on his skin, but I can still see the yellow in his eyes. Plastic poisoning, no doubt. Find out what happens next in Part 4. Then 3 more men come in, one with a briefcase which he quickly opens, revealing doctor-like instruments, and 2 fellows who look like their main skill set is being very large. Give her the test, the yellow-eyed man says. The doctor fellow comes and asks for my finger, and I wince as he pricks it. He uses a blood plastic monitor and says, 1.57% plastic. It's the lowest reading I've ever seen. The doctor quickly takes a magnifying glass-looking thing and looks up and down my arms. Nothing. Certified pure, no transfusions. I'll take her, says the yellow-eyed man. Where's the money? My brother asks. One of the big men brings a thick envelope over to my brother and pushes it against his chest. Find out what happens next in Part 5. The other big man comes over to me and puts his arms around me. He starts pushing me to the door. Hey, you have to do the transfusion here, my brother yells. The big man punches him right in the stomach and he keels over. No, the yellow-eyed man says. We'll be taking her. My brother screams as he is kicked mercilessly. It is my first time leaving the apartment, and a black bag has been placed over my head. I am dragged, kicking and scratching, screaming for help that doesn't come. When the bag comes off, I am strapped in a chair. There are large medical machines surrounding me, with mazes of tubes. The yellow-eyed man sits shirtless in a chair next to me. Find out what happens next in Part 6. A complete transfusion, the doctor says aloud, my finest achievement yet. He gestures to the machines. Your blood will be removed, just as all of hers fills you. The only thing left is to insert her needle and turn on the device. I want to struggle, to fight, but I am frozen. The steel needle is the size of a baseball bat, the point, sharp as a scalpel. It inches closer to me, to my arm. As it first punches into my skin, icicles ricochet through my veins. I feel the metal foreign and itching, and it grows hot in my arm. I only want it to be gone. Find out what happens next in Part 7. Then I see my blood sucking out of my body into tubes, and my shock and fear turn to rage. I scream, anger boiling into my blood. I feel my terror-filled fury change me, evolve me. My blood turns a putrid black, and as it enters the yellow-eyed man, he begins convulsing violently. It only takes a moment. I see the life leave his yellow eyes. The doctor is frantic. What did you do to him? He yells. Get me out of this chair, or you're next. Follow for more horror stories.